Hey everybody. Well, the big storm is here. As you can see, it is snowing quite hard. Look how beautiful it is on the trees. It's only been snowing for, I would say an hour. And we've already got about 3 inches. With it snowing like this, I'd say we're in for a doozy. Out there on the bay, it's zero visibility. And you can't see it, and neither can I anymore, but there's like 5-6 people out there ice fishing. Just silly. I don't think there's any fish worth that. But, just thought I'd show you this because it's so pretty. With the storm that we're having right now, they're predicting 35 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts that are going to come in. Extremely heavy wet snow and ice buildup, all kinds of nastiness. They're saying that there's going to be a lot of areas that are going to have power outages, and they want to keep everybody off the roads, and they're putting chains on the tires of the trucks for the power companies in hopes that they can get through all the snow to try and restore power as quick as possible. So that led me to want to do a video about emergency preps for those types of situations. If the power goes off and you're in an emergency situation in a cold weather environment, what do you have to be prepared? Well, I wanted to share with you what I have. First of all, for warmth, I don't have an alternate heat source. I do not have a wood-burning stove because where I live, the amount the insurance rate would go up is through the roof. I'm still working on that. But anyway, so I have a way to block off my room upstairs. Heat rises, so I picked the smallest room upstairs that I would block off that room, and I have the ability to heat that room only. And there are many ways you can do that. I have these huge candles, and I'm just going to show you because I have them. They're like this big around, and they're like 2-3 feet tall. My grandmother gave me them. They're like 50 years old, and candles that old burn forever. I have one that is I've had for, I think, 10 years. It's still not burned out. Those things throw a lot of heat, and if you put them in a way that they can't tip over or catch on fire, they can throw a lot of heat. I also have a multitude of wool blankets, sleeping bags, whatever. I have a way to prop those things up, those candles up, and so they can't tip over or risk of it starting anything on fire, and they will throw heat into that room. And I have the room sealed off, and I get in bed with all those blankets, and I will be more than warm enough. I'm not concerned about that. So that covers that. If it gets that cold that I can't stand it, that's what I would do. Now let's cover the next things. In this pouch, I have a crank flashlight. You only have to crank this thing like 10 times, and it'll burn consistently for several minutes. It has 3 very bright LED lights. I got this at a local sporting goods store, and I gave a couple of them away in giveaways, and I can't remember what brand name it is, and I don't see one on here. It doesn't have a name on it. I gave one away to Flint and Steel Survival, and I can't remember who else. So maybe they can reply in the comment section if they remember who it was from. So this is a great source, doesn't require batteries, and I've used this thing many times. But I also have, excuse me, I also have this flashlight. It takes the, God, what are they called? The long rechargeable ones, the 1060, whatever those big blue ones are, or yellow ones. And this is like one of the police flashlights, very bright, has the the zoom feature and SOS and all that kind of stuff with the steel casing. And then I have, I'll show you the batteries because these 18650. God, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. And I have, so it only takes one of these or 3 AAAs, but I prefer these because I have a charger for them, and you can buy these so cheap. So I have 3 of them fully charged in the side pouch on here, and the one in the flashlight's fully charged, and then I keep this slightly turned so it's not draining the battery. So I have more than enough light in that flashlight alone. And then this is my emergency radio. It's the Ambient Weather Adventurer. It's got the NOAA radio in it. I can keep track of everything I need on the weather with this. And it charges my cell phone or whatever other electronics I would need to charge. Solar powered. You can set that in the window. It will also charge from natural light. It just takes longer. And it also has a 3 LED flashlight in it. It is crank power, solar power, and battery power. It has a weather alert, has an alert system in it. I don't have it on right now, but it's got alarm clocks, several different modes. I have it mostly for this. This thing saved my butt more than once up at camp. This is the Adventurer. They do not make this model anymore. They replaced it with the Adventurer 2. This is a much better one. Because this is a much better one, they are very hard to find, and when you find them, they're like $300 now. But this is an amazing, amazing radio. So it also comes with all the attachment cables so you can, and different attachments so that you can hook everything but the kitchen sink to that thing to charge it. I also have a backup mini solar charger. This one is very small. I think it's got a little red light on it. I think this one is only like 2000 mAh, whatever you call it. But it's better than nothing if the other one fails. My other one is this one, and this is an off-brand, no-name, like most of the gear I own. It's got some little funky guy on it with headphones. It's called iPanda, and this is a 5000 mAh charger, and you can see this port here is for, oops, hang on, let me get the focus on. The first one is for your cell phone. The second one is for your tablet. It's got a flashlight on it. And I can charge my phone, my smartphone on this thing. It's supposed to be 3 times, but it's basically twice. Fully charge it twice on this before it drains all the way. But I don't use that for my cell phone. I use it for my tablet because I have 2 full backup batteries for my cell phone for emergencies. So those are the things I have for electronics and recharging and keeping my things charged sufficiently during an emergency. I also have my 2 hurricane lamps up there that are kept up there so they're safe, and I have those for light as well. And of course, out here on the shelf I have my big Coleman lantern and 4 big cans of fuel for it. I also have these things are great. These jar candles. I like this one because it's pine scented. I just love that smell. Um, these things throw a lot of heat. Very stable, very stable. And you can actually cook over the top of that if you had to boil water and make yourself some noodles or something quickly. You just have to have something to raise it up over the top so it doesn't snuff it out. But if you had to, you could. And the other thing I have to cook with is this. This is just an old Coleman gas stove, and I forget which one this is. I have a couple of these. Oh, this is the 502. This is an old one. These work great, but you have to have ventilation if you're going to use one of these. Obviously, they're gas, they release fumes, and you have to have proper ventilation. What I would do with that is I would put it by your kitchen window, crack your kitchen window for ventilation, and just put a lighter up, put your pot on there, and cook what you're going to cook. I also have two burner Coleman camp stoves I could use. You can go in your garage and open your garage door and use those. So there's multiple ways to cook your food, to have comfort, keep your family warm. If you're like me and you don't have that alternate heat source, get yourself and your family in the smallest room of your house, close it off. You can use candles or different things like that. Do not use anything that releases fumes, because you need proper ventilation. You could asphyxiate yourselves, and that's not good. But if you use candles, make sure they are stabilized and there is nothing near them that will melt, burn, or start on fire. That is the biggest thing. You want to be safe. So those are my tips and what I use and what I do, and I hope it helps somebody out. But keep in mind, these are just what I do. It's not advice. I'm not a professional. I just wanted to share with you guys my point of view here and what I do. I'll show you tomorrow how much we ended up getting. Oh yeah, good old Wisconsin winter. Take care. Bye-bye.